going on, James Blake Tech Mini here, and today I'll be reviewing the Skullcandy Hesh ANC headphones. Let's just get into what I like and don't like, starting with the design. The design I think is actually really nice. I do like the look of this design. It does have a kind of a cheap plasticky feel. Unfortunately, it's not the best I've actually seen. Now that doesn't mean that these are terrible and you should just avoid getting them. They're just not the best quality I've seen, especially from Skullcandy. I've seen much better headphones. I do have the Skullcandy Crusher Evos, which I feel have a much better build quality than these do. The ear cushions here and the top of the headband is a nice soft plush like foam material here, which is actually not bad. I've been able to wear this for hours and didn't really get any hot spots or any kind of sore spots. I had to do like do little micro adjustments here and there, but nothing where I've experienced any kind of discomfort. Now you will get more of a clamping type feel when you put this on your head. And I think that's just to get to more of a proper seal around here when you're actually using the active noise canceling feature to these headphones. Now you will also get the buttons here on, you'll see here on the right ear cup, you'll get the volume up and down, the power button right there, and the button right here actually activates noise canceling and the ambient mode, which is like transparency mode you would get with the Apple AirPods. That is their ambient mode for Skullcandy. So basically you want to double tap this if you want to get ambient mode so you can hear your surroundings. And you'll actually just press it once to turn on active noise canceling, press it again to turn it off. Now, if you also hold this down, there's also a pair too, which is nice because I know a lot of headphone manufacturers will actually make the power button also the pairing button, which actually is kind of a pain in the butt because if you want to pair it with something new, you had to basically end up turning off the headphones, then holding it down to turn it back on and put it into pairing mode. I do actually like the ability to actually have it where the pairing button is a separate button from the power button. So even while the headphones are on, and if I'm connected to my iPhone here, if I want to hook it up to my iPad, all I have to do is hold down this button without having to turn off the headphones, and it would just go straight from one device to the other once I actually hooked it up manually from my Mac or iPad or whatever device I decide to use. So I do think that's actually really a nice feature. Now, one thing I don't like about the buttons, as you can see here, is actually one solid rubber piece where a little bit of raised bumps where you can feel the different things. Now, it's really hard to feel the power button here because it's kind of a little bit of a raised bump. And you can feel like the other buttons just fine. But I do feel like you have to kind of like search for the buttons in order to be able to hit the right one. I've actually hit the wrong button a couple of times. But honestly, for me, it's not really a deal breaker. Now, this is actually use USB-C to charge, which is nice, as well as you got the headphone jack here. Now, only 10 minutes of charging with these headphones gets you 3 hours of battery life, which is great. You will get about around like 24 to 26 hours of battery if you use the active noise canceling or the ambient mode. I think you get somewhere around like 40 hours of battery life if you actually just have ambient mode and noise canceling mode off and just use it as a regular pair of headphones. Now, speaking of active noise canceling and the ambient mode, it's a love-hate thing with these because active noise canceling I think works great. It works awesome. As somebody who's actually used the AirPods Pro and actually has used the transparency mode, which is like ambient mode for these, or their version of active noise canceling from Apple for the AirPod Pros, I feel AirPod Pros do it better. They do. Active noise canceling, I would say these are super close to AirPod Pros. Really close. With the transparency mode on the AirPod Pros and the ambient mode on here, there's no contest. I'm sorry. But AirPod Pros do it way better than these. You could turn on the ambient mode on this and you get sound coming in. You could still hear your surroundings a little bit, but you can't really have a conversation. I find while these are still on, and someone's trying to talk to me and I have the ambient mode on, I still find myself taking one ear cup off so I can have a conversation and then putting it back on when I'm ready. So honestly, if you're going to get these for the ambient mode, don't. Honestly, I don't think these are worth getting for ambient mode. If you're getting these for noise canceling and you don't like something that goes in your ear like the AirPod Pros and you like the over-the-ear cup design like these actually are a good buy. These are actually really nice. I think if you're looking for something that's pretty inexpensive, I think even at the $120, $130 price tag that these originally come in, these aren't a bad buy. Now, when it comes to the sound quality on these, I am not an audiophile by any means, but the sound quality is actually really cool on these because they're not too bass heavy. If you're looking for really bass heavy headphones, I definitely recommend going with the Crusher line from Skullcandy. But these are some really solid pair of headphones. Now, like I said, I'm not an audiophile, but I wear these sometimes when I'm like listening to music or playing some video games, and having that noise cancellation on these to basically kind of isolate yourself, be able to turn on the noise canceling mode on this and basically shut off your surroundings and be able to focus on the game you're playing, the music you're listening to, or even the movie or TV show you're watching is great. Being able to kind of actually focus in on what you're listening to or watching and just kind of get lost in that, I think the noise canceling mode is really great with that. And I definitely recommend these for the noise canceling, not for the ambient mode. Like I said before, ambient mode, not the best. It's better. I guess you could say it's better than not having ambient mode at all and being able to use it. But I think these microphones right here you see on the sides of the ear cups just don't really work that well, especially if you're somebody who actually has experience with AirPod Pros. These don't hold a candle to it when it comes to listening to your surroundings with their ambient mode and, or like I said, transparency mode for Apple. But I will say this, these are a great pair of headphones. If you like Skullcandy's headphones, these will not disappoint you. I highly recommend these. I will have a link down in the description below if you guys want to pick up yourself a pair of these. Like I said, these are some great headphones. If you guys would like me to do a comparison of these to the Skullcandy Crusher Evos, let me know. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to actually do a comparison between these two headphones. There are definitely some pretty big differences between these two. So if you're debating between the Hesh ANCs or the Crusher Evos, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to make a comparison of these two headphones. Like I said, I love Skullcandy, but there are some big differences between these two headphones. Anyway, this has been James at Blue Eye Tech. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.